Good morning. We will start session 3 on chapter light, reflection and refraction. So in our previous session we understood about the ray diagrams on concave and convex mirrors, right? I also asked you to do a tabular column and just mention where is the object kept. So depending on the object kept, where is the image formed, size of the image and nature of the image. We'll just go on to the next part, that is uses of concave and convex mirror. So it's given in the notes, I'll just read them out. So concave mirror is used in torch, searchlight, vehicle headlight, so to get a powerful beam of light. Concave mirrors are also used by dentists to see a large image of teeth of patients. So concave mirror is also used as a shading mirror to see a larger image of a face. Concave mirrors are also used to concentrate sunlight to produce heat in a solar furnace. So these are the different uses, sometimes also asked as give reason for one mark. Convex mirrors are used as a rear view mirror. This is the usual question what it is asked. Why? Because they always give a erect and diminished image, right? So we have a rear view mirror in a vehicle which gives suppose if a truck or if any two-wheeler is coming from very far, we can see the image in a erect manner but in a smaller manner. That big image we cannot see, but we can see a smaller image, right? They have a wider field of view as they are curved outwards. Convex mirrors are used as a blind turns and on the point of merging traffic to facilitate vision of both side traffic. It is also used in shops as a security mirror, so that image can be seen in the larger manner so that any theft or anything should not take place. These are the different uses of concave and convex mirrors, usually asked for 1 mark children. Now the next very important concept what we are discussing here is sign conventions. Sign convention is what is the image, object, focal length, what are the signs what we are supposed to use, and we'll also study about the mirror formula. So sign convention, this is very important to know to solve the numericals. So I'll just read this, along with that I'll explain what I have written, what I have drawn here. So otherwise we first understand this part and then we will read it. So now this is a concave mirror and this is a convex mirror. Now as I have always told you that all the measurements are taken from the pole. That means now if I consider it to be an axis, now this is negative side of x-axis and this is positive side of x-axis, correct? So any measurement from the pole, if I come towards this side, it is going to be negative, children. Any measurement from pole, if I am going towards this side, that is if I am going towards the right, that is going to be positive. If I am going towards the left, it's going to be negative. That's one point. Second point is that always the object is kept to the left side of the mirror. Always. That means object is kept always this side. So what will be the sign convention for the object, or what will be the object distance? I have to measure from here. So that means u is always negative. I have all given that in that. U is always negative. Remember, object distance is always negative. What about image distance? Image is also formed this side of the mirror only. That means image distance is also negative. But in concave, we had one image where we got virtual and erect there. That means that particular image will be only positive. Understood? Okay. So wherever you get the image, children, on that basis I am talking about. Point number 1. What is focal length? This is called as a focal length. So focal length is again this side. So focal length of concave is also negative. Okay. The next. We also discuss about the size of the image, size of the object what we take. That is called as magnification. I'll come to the word magnification later. We just talk about height. This is height as well as this is height. Any height which is perpendicular above the principal axis is considered as positive. That means height of object is always here what? Positive. Right? Height of image is negative. Am I right? Because any image or any object or an image. Now of course object is always kept, it is perpendicular to the top of the principal axis. That is why it is positive. Where is the image formation done? Image formation is done below the principal axis. That is why height is negative. Whereas again in concave children we get the image formation here, right? So that is going to be positive. Anything on top is positive, anything on down what we get is negative. Height I am talking about. So height of the object is always positive because object we are going to keep here. Height of the image in concave. Generally we talk about concave means it will be negative only because we got down that one exceptional case whenever we saw that. Is this part very clear? Let's come to that. U is always negative only, no doubt in that. What about V? V is positive. Image distance is always found behind the screen, it is positive. Then what about focal length here? Focal length is this side. Focal length is also positive here. What about the height of the object? Height of the object is negative. Height of the image. Sorry. Height of the object positive. It is on the top. Height of the image is also positive. You know why are these things important? Because see, usually the numericals you will come to know. In the numericals when we solve, they give that focal length of a concave mirror is 5 centimeter. Something like that. You should know whether you should take f as minus 5 or f as plus 5. If you take plus 5 that becomes wrong because they have mentioned concave mirror. So focal length is always negative because this side of the pole. Focal length of the convex mirror is 5 centimeter. You have to take positive. If you take negative, it is wrong. How to remember this sign convention? This is very, very important. See, very simple. When things you can just imagine. Concave looks like a cave. So it is a circular form. It is all coming this side. Just draw this. See, children, don't watch it like a video. You need to draw this. And when you are doing this in your book, I will tell you all, please do not do just with a rough hand or free hand drawing. Try to draw this very neatly. Just as an example, if I would like to give you all, last year I've seen some of my students doing this so neatly by using color pens, color sketch pens or anything, so that those signs were so neatly visible. All positive signs were highlighted with one particular color, all negative signs were highlighted with one color. That's for, see, decorating anything I'm not telling you, but still you know those things. When you look at the sign convention, it should not look messy. It should look very neat. You should understand that. Just an example what I gave you. Try to do this very neatly for both concave as well as convex. And the very important is what is mirror formula. We don't derive it. Mirror formula is 1 over focal length is equal to 1 by image distance, 1 by image distance of the image plus 1 upon distance of the object what it is kept. That gives us the mirror formula. We also have magnification. There are also sign conventions for magnifications based on this. I will again give a chart there also. Let me just read these points what I have given in the book. That's what I have explained. The object is placed to the left of the mirror, as I have told, always. Point number 1. Second point, all distances parallel to principal axis are measured from the pole to mirror. Are measured from all distance parallel to principal axis are measured from pole of the mirror. The distance, all distance measured in the direction incident along plus x-axis are taken positive. Plus x-axis are taken positive. And those who are measured against the direction of incident ray of negative x-axis, that is this side, are taken as negative. Distance measured perpendicular to and above the principal axis is taken as positive, height. Distance measured perpendicular to the below the principal axis, that is height of the image, are taken as negative. Did you understand this? See, in the book I have only given for concave children. Convex I have not mentioned, but only about the focal length I have mentioned. You can as well mark this. See, So it becomes very easy for you to understand. So this is very clear. And the mirror formula, where V is the image distance, U is the object distance, and F is the focal length given. So next we'll understand what is magnification. So what is magnification? It is the ratio of the height of the image to the height of the object. Written as M is equal to height of the image upon height of the object gives us the magnification. How big is the image? How small is the image? Diminished, point size, enlarged, etc. It's given by the formula M is equal to height of the image divided by height of the object. Now you might be wondering, how do we all know this? It's all given in the numericals, children. You will understand about this part much and much clearer once we start with the numericals actually. Magnification can also be found out in the other way, or if you want to find magnification, in case if in the given numerical height is not mentioned, but you know the image distance and object distance, but the formula should be minus V by U. See, minus is in the formula. Yes. So magnification can also be found out by dividing the object distance divided by image distance minus V by U, or it can be found by this. That's what I told you. You will understand more and more clear in the numericals part. Next one. All real images have negative magnification. That is true. Why? Because now real images, when we talk about, real images are always inverted, right? They are always this side, down. So magnification is negative only. Virtual images are on the top. This side what we get, right? Virtual and erect. That's why they are positive. The next part. If height of the image is equal to height of the object, magnification, both are equal. Height of the image is 5 centimeter. Height of the object is also 5 centimeter. 5 and 5 will get cancelled. What will remain? Answer is 1. So magnification is 1. Under that condition, your image size is equal to the object size. This can be asked in MCQ or 1 mark type. If height of the image is greater than the height of the object, that means magnification is greater than 1. Of course, you will get greater magnification. How is the image here? Enlarged. Last condition. Height of the image is smaller than the object what we have taken. Magnification is less than 1. That means image is diminished. See children, why? Because only by this part now we can also judge the magnification sometimes. Now try to judge the magnification in the ray diagrams only with help of this. That will give you a clear picture. Next, magnification of plane mirror. What is a plane mirror? What we have at home. What is the magnification of plane mirror? It is +1. Why? Because it gives us a virtual image. So we get the same image size is equal to the object size, right? It will not give up and down there. Whatever is your object, same is the image what we get in the plane mirror. Please remember, magnification of the plane mirror is +1 because it gives us virtual images. Virtual images have always positive. Magnification is positive. Another important concept. If magnification is positive and magnification is, and if it is positive and less than 1, then it is for the convex mirror. Why convex mirror now? Because it is positive, children. Convex mirror will have on the other side virtual erect, positive. If magnification is positive, even one more condition, but it is greater than 1, then it can be concave mirror. Which condition? It is greater than 1. It is enlarged. Remember, we get one image very much enlarged and greater than 1 in concave mirror. If it is positive, 2 conditions. If it is negative, only and only 1 condition, it has to be a concave mirror only, right? So that's what I told you. You will all come across these things in the numericals. You will have a clear picture there how to apply this, including the sign conventions. So with this we complete reflection. In the chapter light, reflection and refraction, we complete the first half of the lesson, that is reflection. So the next session will be on refraction. So what is refraction? What are refractive index? Then what are the different types of lenses based on the refraction, what we study there, and their sign conventions or rules to draw the ray diagram under refraction. We'll study them in the next session.